HarperCollins presents The Lamplighter's Bookshop by Sophie Austen. Read by Catrin Walker-Booth. Chapter 1. The 12th of May, 1899. Rickle Hall, Rickle, Yorkshire. Evelyn Seaton watched her breath mist against the window and said, with a calmness that belied her thudding heart, "There are a lot of strange men coming towards the house, Bessie." 6 black carriages rattled through the gates, twisting with the bends of the mansion's immaculately pruned driveway. The dust kicked up from beneath their wheels made it look as though a great snake was slithering towards the house in the morning sun, coming to swallow them whole. Bessie moved beside her and sucked in a quick breath. "Those look like police wagons, miss." "A whole battalion of them," Evelyn said, watching the horses trot closer. They were great, shaggy shiers, built for hauling heavy loads, and she wondered why they had brought so many men, and such large wagons. The men were stepping out now, forming a cluster on the gravelled pathway. They could not be local police, for surely all of Yorkshire did not have so many men as this. And now they were looking up at the windows, no doubt experiencing the same thing all did when they first set eyes on Rickle Hall. Wonder. For this grand old house, this wisteria-covered sandstone leviathan, was large enough to keep a whole regiment in private rooms. And yet now it housed only Evelyn, her mother, and the handful of staff they could still afford. But these men might not know that. They might ask for the man of the house. And her mother's melancholy would start all over again. Evelyn took a deep breath and wrenched her gaze from the window. "Bessie, whatever this is, I believe I should greet them. You know how Mamma rises late at present, and besides, she is still too—" She closed her lips over the word. Fragile was such a poor word to describe her mother, usually such a vibrant, energetic creature, but heavy now with a sadness she wore like a shroud. Evelyn had done everything she could think of to cheer her, and when that hadn't worked, she tried to provoke her instead, walking into the breakfast room in a parade of increasingly ridiculous outfits. Wide cycling bloomers, a gentleman's top hat, even pearls. For surely if anything could rouse her mother from her stupor, it would be pearls before 6. But all her efforts had been met with a cursory glance, a sigh, and a sinking feeling that tugged so painfully at Evelyn's stomach, she imagined she had swallowed her mother's own sadness. She thought they'd turned a corner before Christmas. But then spring had come, and her mother had grown languid again. The contrast of it had been odd. Her mother retreating to her chambers, just as the frost thawed, and the breeze took on a sweet edge. "Greet them, miss." Bessie's wide, wrinkled face crumpled. "With all due respect, I am not sure that is the best idea." "Oh, come now. I can be charming when I want to be. Now, I think a suit should do it. The tweed?" Bessie's grimace said otherwise. "What do you think they want?" "They must be lost," Evelyn said, with a confidence she did not feel. "But you can't get lost in Rickle," Bessie snorted. "You're out of Rickle before you even realise you've reached it, and I do think it would be better to await your lady mother." The doorbell jingled then, 3 sharp pulls of the bell, as though the person on the other side was short of time, or patience, or both. Evelyn shook her head. "I would rather not have Mamma vexed if we can avoid it. I can handle one set of guests by myself, surely. I am 24 after all." "Yes, but you can also be rather blunt, miss. Which the likes of me don't mind, but the likes of them men downstairs might." Evelyn rolled her eyes. "I am not blunt. Merely honest." "Precisely," Bessie said, though she went to the wardrobe, opening the great creaking doors with vigour. "People
Sample complete. Ready to continue?